So just for the context, I gotta break down. I gotta say the whole verse first. All right, so baby, lately I'm loving life sweet and independent. I'm trying to earn more than I'm spending. Yeah, a circulating rather for the mystics. I'm a bona fide mix of elixir. That's chemistry for all the gold dippers or the carbonated elemental benders. We will sit here while they miss us to remember. Now tell me if you need a spotter, baby, cause building them games ain't no game. The jiggy, you gonna need a lot of, baby, because the pivot is never the same. I rooted, I never retreated, depleted, and I'm greeting everything that's in my way. All the low vibrations gotta leave, baby, because the master needs somewhere to stay. All right, and I'm gonna break this down. All right, let's go ahead and kick it out. So, baby, I'm loving life sweet and independent. I'm trying to earn more than I'm spending. Or circulating rather for the mystics. Okay, so the first couple lines, that's pretty obvious. You want to earn more than you spend already. But then we're going to break it into the next line. Spending. When I say rather circulating for the mystics, is because when we say spend, we got to think of etymology, right? So when you talking about your journey and your healing, you have to be very intentional with everything you do, especially the things that come out of your mouth, because your tongue is a wand, it's a weapon, and whatever you bring forth, it shall come to pass, right? So when we say spend, think about the etymology of that word. You're talking about to end, to completely cut off, right? So when you're spending and you're letting go of that money, you're cutting off the circulation of its flow, right? So when I say, or rather circulating for the mystics, one, I talk like that because I'm old soul, old school, but also more so for the mystics, meaning the people who are out of this realm, who don't exist or think in this realm or maneuver and operate the way the average person would in this realm. So when I say a mystic, that's what I'm talking about. So, but just to put it all together, or circulating rather, we just got to be very intentional of our words, right? So we're going to say circulating money instead of spending it these days, okay? I'm a bona fide mixer of elixir. That's chemistry for all the gold dippers or the carbonated elemental benders. Okay? So, now that's dense. That is dense. I gave it to you. I understand. I'm a bona fide mixer of elixir, basically meaning I'm mixing every piece of knowledge that I get from every piece of part of my experience, every religion, every realm, every circumstance, every concept, every context, anything that I have taken or I've learned or soaked up from anything, baby, it's an amalgamation of wisdom. You understand? I'm a bona fide mix of elixir. That's chemistry for all the gold dippers. Chemistry, gold, we get it, you know, table of contents, or carbon for the carbonated elemental benders. So basically carbon, that's what makes us this sexy chocolate the way we are, this beautiful people of mine. Carbon. We are full of carbon, the carbonated elemental benders. So I'm basically, I don't know if y'all, I'm a big anime fan, I don't know if y'all know about Avatar, and they teach you about, you know, elemental bending, water bending, fire bending, all that shit, right? So when I say carbonated elemental bender, I'm talking about us that know who we are, okay? If you know, you know, all right? We would sit here while they mince us to remember. Hear me. We will sit here while they mince us to remember. It's a lot, but catch it, okay? We were sent here to remember why we sent ourselves here. While they mince us in these fucking grinders and processors like cattle meat. That's exactly what's happening with our existence in this society, in this matrix. We were sent here to remember while they mince us. So, look, baby, that's the whole point of why you agreed to come back to this motherfucker. You accepted the challenge before coming here. So remember. Remember. Now tell me if you need a spotter, baby, because building them games ain't no game. That's obvious. If you need a spotter, you need some help, you know what I'm saying? Holla at a player. Say something. Open your fucking mouth. Don't be sitting there struggling and suffering. Say something. And not every door you knock on is going to be of aid. No, but you got to say something. You got to say something. All right? Now tell me if you need a spotter, baby, because building them games ain't no game. The jig A you gonna need a lot of, baby, because the pivot is never the same. You hear me? When you stick your foot in that ground, baby, you gotta learn how to dance. You gotta learn how to dance. The jig A, and when I say, you ever heard when somebody say jig, you feel me? I just took jig and made a different word, jig A, like it's a whole verb, whatever the case. But the jig A you gonna need a lot of, because the pivot's never the same. So I'm basically saying, baby, you better learn how to dance in this motherfucker. You better learn how to dance, baby, because you're never going to have the same two-step every day. It's not a cookie-cutter solution to anything, so you got to know how to adjust, right? I rooted, I never retreated, depleted, but I'm greeting everything that's in my way. I rooted, I never retreated, depleted, but I greeted everything that's in my way. All the low vibrations got to leave you, baby, because the master needs somewhere to stay, okay? So when I say that portion, I'm sure it was, self-explanatory. I rooted, I never retreated, depleted, means I was tired as fuck, but I still greeted everything that's in my way. All them low vibrations got to leave you, baby, because the master needs somewhere to stay, right? So basically, the master is self-mastery. I'm not speaking about a particular person or an entity. I'm speaking about a process. When I say the master needs somewhere to stay, that means self-mastery. Our mastery needs somewhere to live. But if the vessel cannot host that high of a vibration, then the mastery ain't got nowhere to go. Okay? That's just verse 1. That's verse 1. Like, go.